Well, good afternoon, Flosstube. I thought that since I was cleaning my craft room and organizing, decluttering, getting rid of dust, all the things, that I might take you on a little walking tour of my little craft room. I'll try to not make you sick with the wiggling and to keep noise to a minimum. Ceiling fan is on because it's hot again. So this room used to be our daughter's room, and it's amazing that I can fit all of this in here, quite honestly, because we keep saying it didn't feel big even when she had it. So immediately when you walk into my room, I have bins of Q-snaps, hoops, fun, thread beds, bags that I pick from for different occasions, electronics, that sort of thing. And I have this, see, we're gonna try to do this. You'll see that I love my stuff. I love my treasures, even though they're not going with me when I leave this earth, but I do like to be surrounded by them. Too much, though, will make me feel a little anxious. I got this cabinet at Hobby Lobby probably a couple of years ago now. This is where I store all of my cross-stitch fabrics, Ada's linens, all of my finishing, trim, ribbons, that sort of thing. So you'll see that, for instance, I have a drawer of rickrack, and then chenille. Over here, little cutesy finishing things. Velvets, a lot of that is Lady Dots, Creates. I know that I'm not too far away for you to see, but my arms are only so long. And I did not want to be in the video, so I didn't ask Mike to help me with this. Scraps, that's a variety of everything you can imagine. And then I have these, not super organized. You can see it's just kind of tossed in, but it is by count. So this is probably 18 count Ada. And then we're moving up to 28 counts, which is probably linen and even weave, lots of even weave. And this is a 32 count drawer, as well as this one, I believe. So that's fun. I have lots of beautiful little treasures from friends. I think almost everything here was a gift from somebody. And that is Tomato Hill by Plum Street. If you watched our video, you know I surprised Kathy with that one. And I just love all of these things. If you are a person who cannot sit on the floor, but you need to reach low places sometimes like that, this stool is amazing. I really bought it so I could play on the floor with Ellie and without sitting on the floor. It's amazing for that, and she likes to use it also. I have a big closet filled with lots of goodies. We'll go in there in a minute. This is where I sit, depending on what I'm doing, who I'm with. I don't really have a lot of people that come in and stitch, but occasionally I'll sit on one end or the other. That is a lift top that holds blankets. And you can see I have a DVD case because I do rock it old school. There are times I just want to sit here and watch a collection of my DVDs. And I pull this stand out when I'm Zooming with friends. This is another fun little area that I like. Lots of these things were gifts from friends that hold special meaning for me. And I got these at Elmer's Barn in Bar Mills, Maine. Love those. So again, I hope I'm not going too fast for you. This room is, I use it for a variety of things. So there's the printer. You will see, I love this Ohio basket. Oh, I forget the name of it. The name, 1809? Anyway, has my Christmas whips in it right now. And then I love this vintage. I got this for little or nothing in reality. And it is a, some people call it a Dutch vintage sewing stand. Some people call it a knitting stand, but it does taper on each side. Right now it has an overflow of finishes with things I'm getting ready to finish. And I love this little tray. So it lifts like this on both sides. This bookcase my father-in-law made for me several years ago. Try to get out here so you can see. And this holds, again, things that I love, things that were gifted to me. In the magazine racks, you'll see I have my patterns stored and organized in magazine holders. And they will be stored by either designer name or theme, depending on what I have. And I love that. So you'll see here, if you can see that, that's birds and PPL for people. So if I have some historical charts for, say, Martin Luther King, Kennedy, that sort of thing. EM, Erica Michaels, PS, Prairie Schooler, TIG, Told in a Garden. That's kind of my go-to. It works well for me. It should keep me contained and not buying too much as they get filled, but it hasn't worked yet. And I love my collection of fun wood things. It's all in there. This was a sweet gift also. This basket is filled with needles, and I am slowly working on this. I have been working on doing a stitchy basket for a few years now. And as I find things that I want to finish it up, I do. On the bottom, I have either books that are related to cross stitch or the needlework industry, older historical books, several devotionals that I love and that are important to me. On the bottom are those old hardcover leisure arts Christmas and holiday books, along with several magazines. The brown trunk holds all of my metal accoutrement. Anything you can think of. Actually, Kathy put that together for me. I can't lift it out of there, but she cross-stitched a piece and put it on the top. And that black and white buffalo check box is stuffed to the brim with finishes that need to be fully finished. Lots and lots of it. And I stitched that, tucked that up there. Did that in 2020. The ornament of a house is the friends who frequent it. And I stitched that when we weren't really frequenting a lot of friends' homes. I really loved it. It's Blackbird. I don't recall. And a lot of fun little trinkets I absolutely love from people. A friend, Pam, gave me these two. And then the cording, these were all Told in a Garden. The quilting, the auction, the cording. The cording I paid $15 for, as you see it. Save the stitch at our local Goodwill. Absolutely love that. the basket, this is probably the most important thing in this room if you ask Ellie. That basket right there holds all my collection of wool balls, shapes, everything. And she knows that she can go to that basket and grab it and play with it, and they're usually all over the place. The other basket tucked back there is filled with my Mill Hill kits and anything to do with beading, so that I know if I need my beading kit, it's in there, or special thread. I try to keep it all together because I don't do tons and tons and tons of it, but I do love it. A local gal, she's now a local young lady, all graduated from Cornell, but when she was young, probably 7th grade, she made this fun little thing out of bottle cap. Oh, actually, I'm telling you wrong. That was not her. That's somewhere else. Another friend made this for me out of bottle caps. Isn't that pretty? And this is the top of a cabinet that, again, Mike's dad did for me. The bottom piece of it we've separated, and I'm using it in the closet for storage. This cabinet has, I love to collect old sewing things, I guess you might say, but I also like a variety of things, like the black toll painted metal pieces, tin pieces, love that. So this basket right here was a gift, not basket, what do we call that, shaker box, was a gift from Mike, and it is filled with mostly old needle books. And I love this tin. Right now it's currently empty. That's an old hoop, but it's not one of the hoops, if you know what I mean. I have a lot of old buttons. Some aren't old, some are. Love that basket. Mike and Kathy's grandmother cross-stitched this tea towel, and I like to keep it in my craft room as a memory of her. And Kathy's mom gifted me this trunk for a gift for Christmas one year, and I just like to have it filled with all my fun things. And this right here is all kinds of old sewing gadgets and gadgets. Oh, and look at this. This is, let's see if I can do this. This is an old, you can see she's missing a hand, wax floss conditioner. Love that. And if you know Rhode Island Deb, is her wool tomato. I also have, let's swing back over here, I didn't talk about that. Have her blueberry also. Fun, fun, fun stuff. This piece underneath is a cutting table that Mike put together for me when we were putting this room together. Now, what's stored underneath it are whips, kits. So I have those whips. I have a bunch out in our living room. There's whips there. You know, they're everywhere. And this is some yarn whips, and then these are just, this is a basket filled with tools and that sort of thing. And you've heard me talk about we talk about the Kachunker, which is a point driver for framing, and that's always stored there. So this cutting table is on wheels that you can lock, and I bring it out to the middle of the room when I am cutting fabric for bags or quilts, which I admittedly have not been doing a lot of, but I will. It'll always be there, right? I had forgotten that I stitched this. I'm quite sure that I showed it, but I found it inside a crochet whip. Totally forgot about it. And then a few days later, I learned that my baby brother was getting married. That's coming right up. And I thought, I think he and his new wife need this. I'm going to pull my card out that my project card telling me what I used for floss, because I'm certain I did a color conversion. I'm just going to put 2025 in here and frame that for them as a gift, and I am getting ready to do this one that I talked about. Kathy and I stitched this. She did hers, I did mine, in honor of Mike and her dad, JHT, his initials. And I'm going to, that's what I'm thinking about. It's these memory shadow boxes. I'm gonna frame it inside here. And I was given permission by Mike's mom that he could go and find any of Joe's military medals or bars to put in there as kind of a memory shadow box. So I would like to do that. Stacy Nash, Turkey Hollow. Love this. I keep it up here all year long, and then it has a different spot in my house in the fall. I have a lot of wall space to continue to put more things on. I am always trying to find a space to put the graph paper, tracing paper, perforated paper. Right now, that's where it goes. And on this wall is a permanent sewing station. A lot of this stuff we had set up in a different room, and we repurposed quite a bit of this, such as that countertop. And then I bought these from Michael's, and the counter sits on top of those and is attached to the wall. Repurposed this by we bought this, it was a large mirror, paid $12 for it at the local thrift place. Grace painted it and put glass in it, used it as her table seating assignment, you might say. People could go see where they were sitting. She said she didn't want it. We took the glass out, put pegboard in it, and right now it currently has some of my favorite photos. Friendship, Shakespeare's Peddler, Home of a Needleworker. That's either Little House or Country Cottage. I want to say it's Little House. One of my favorite pictures of our two girls, Ashley and Grace, with their grandfather. My sewing machine. This is a quilt that's gonna get finished. It is, Teresa, going to get finished. And I have some fun fabrics to make pillowcases for Ellie. What do I store in these? Junk, basically. Budgeting stuff, shipping envelopes, quilting gadgets, journals, some stickers, a lot of my stitchy goodies, scissors, thread drops, all kinds of things. And I am in and out of this a lot. I love to switch up my scissors just to have it fun and pretty. This is beautiful. Love using this. It's a, I don't know if it's mother of pearl. I don't know, but there's some beautiful scissors in it. Opens up, magnetic. Absolutely love it. And note cards, that sort of thing. The Cobalt stacking drawers, which I keep lots of gadgets in, different types of scissors. This is a Precious Journaling Bible that I absolutely love. You can always have a sweet treat. And I'm gonna be framing these. They came from a friend. These are some projects that I would like to stitch. I'm hiding something back there because I can't have people seeing it right now. I love these little drawers. 5 drawers, you can get them on Amazon. I don't know, they're very inexpensive. And I keep recipe cards, which you can use as project cards also. And I have a lot of small project cards, larger ones. Those are all waiting to be used. And what else do I have in here? Note cards. Some more I should be adding in there. Stickers, if I ever want to use them. Ephemera. And little notebooks. And these are project cards that are completed. So that is my room. Absolutely enjoy being in here. I hope that you're not getting ill watching this. I do put my ironing board on the back, and we'll get ready to make some noise opening the closet. So you've seen things that are somewhat tidy. Not so much in here, but you know what? It's real life, and we're gonna show real life. It's actually pretty good for me, but so I have this closet. Start over here. I got this idea from Helen D to put pegboard with some hooks. And you all know that I love to collect frames. Directly on the opposite side of this wall is our guest room and Ellie's room and that room's closet, which also has crafting stuff. So on the top, I have lots of fun things. I alternate things in and out, or it's storage items, your typical closet things, just storage. I own stock in acrylic bins. And then this is the bottom piece of that top shelf I was talking about. This is all my floss. I do love it. I love every piece of it. Karen was here the other day and I pulled out, that's all coloring cotton, and she said, where did you get all of that? Well, you know, I haven't labeled a lot of things yet because I just recently did this, and I know there's a glare on that acrylic, but this is a 3-drawer from Target, and it holds my Gentle Arts, Classic Colorworks, and Weeks floss. This came from Michael's. Thank you to Emma, New Kid Needleminder on Instagram. And there's DMC, these foam inserts. You can search Etsy for those. I just have some extras, Farmhouse Flossies, and I also have a bag, a big bag of DMC that is ready for a Glendon place as soon as I get it all kit up. Assorted silks. I don't really have a lot of silks. This is my DMC overflow. And this is all coloring cotton, kind of by color. And then I have little bins for just different things. Just specialty, different things. I've gone back to bobbinating, and I do love that. These are some extra DMC that are on floss drops, which I also will do for really, for projects that are going to take me a long time. These pull out. It's all my whites and black because I have a lot of extra of those. This bag here is I think it's a Saju. It was a gift, and that is filled with floss from projects that are completed. That needs to be taken care of. And just your typical closet stuff. And I always need a step stool because I'm short. Underneath here, I have a basket of potential gift items. I have paint and paint accessories down on the bottom. This basket right here, where's my hand? That is full of Chantel 141 Designs wood pieces to use as finishing. I just have a lot of things, some floral pieces, some buckets to use, with future finishes, bags. You see I have some retreat bags here. And then this, oop, I almost fell over here, tripped over my footstool, is my fabric. And I don't need any fabric. It is, it's stored usually I've got it stored by theme, so to speak: Christmas, plaids, florals, winter fabrics, fall fabrics. I have some textile or tablecloth type fabrics on the bottom. So it's quite a bit, but I absolutely enjoy it. And I think the rest of my day is going to be me sitting in my spot watching Flosstube. But I absolutely thank you for coming and watching. And if I can answer any questions, I will try. Sometimes I just don't have the answers. But one last look at these goodies. Thank you very much for joining me. Happy stitching.